We're holding Sifei. Anybody want to learn inside? That's what we started last week. Let's go into love. I'm not letting go of this Torah because I feel that this Torah to me, and that's what I want to share, is Rabbi Nachman's mom is talking to me. His mom is talking to me. What am I searching for? I'm searching for love. And Rabbi Nachman is telling me there's a path to love. Love is not what you think love is. What we think love is that I love what I like about you. But what I don't like about you, I don't love. So if I love enough, if I like you, if there's things that I like about you more than things that I don't like about you, then I love you. But the second there are things that I don't like about you become more than what I like about you, then I don't love you. And I think that I'm talking for myself, that's how I measure if I love. And I try to find more things to like about you than I don't like about you, and I dodge the things that I don't like about you. And I feel that I really, as much as I say that, I'm searching for love, and that love is the most important thing to me in the world, which I do believe that, I don't think that I really know how to love. And that Rabbi Nachman is teaching me that in order to love, first of all, you have to love yourself. And the way to love yourself is to start accepting your negativity, your aku, like we said, and understand that even though you can't love what you don't like about yourself, but if you accept it and you start accepting the things that your negativity, you can come to start seeing that really, really you can everywhere. And Hashem puts himself, we spoke about the tzimtzum, he concentrates himself into oisius HaTorah that are hidden. That's the godliness that's hidden in everything, in every emotion, every situation, every person in the world. And by you accepting, making peace with that negativity, by knowing that Hashem is there, even though you don't feel that Hashem is there, that's most of the challenges, because we don't feel Hashem, even though we know he's everywhere, but we're challenged. And when we don't feel, we say, where are you? And then we try to dodge. Okay, so here we don't feel you. We'll go to the places in Beis Medrash, in Uman, in whatever it is that we do feel you. And in the places that we don't feel you, you're not really there, even though we know you're there, but we're not going to attempt to find you there. And Rabbi Nachman is telling us that if you would really search for peace, that's how you're going to find love. If you search for peace, which we explained means first step of peace is acceptance. If I can accept my own negativity, if I could start understanding that it's a tool in my toolbox, the same way I have a tool for my positive things, that Hashem gave me a good mouth and I'm able to connect with people with that, but he also gave me anger, tremendous amount of anger. And anytime something doesn't go right, I lose it. So if instead of understanding looking and searching, instead of letting that explosion happen, and even if it doesn't happen as an explosion, but the disappointment or the denial or the distraction, instead sit there and accept it, which I fail daily miserably. But lately there are some victories, and even in the failures when I look back, I say, something, maybe if I did that, maybe if I would have accepted that, maybe the results would have been different. And hopefully one day I'll get to have more victories than failures, but it's better than it was. So I'm finding that this must be the path to love, because the first thing is accepting myself, accepting my own negativity, accepting my challenges, and understanding that over there, if I search within it, I not just accept it, but I look inside and I find the godliness that's there, and I don't run away from it by distraction or denial. But I'm kaifa my yetzer, which we said the yetzer is in the leiv, is my heart, which the midos are in the leiv, the yamim are in the leiv, we said before, and I conquer that part within me, then I perhaps will really feel and reveal the unconditional love. So till now we spoke about peace, and now Rabbi Nachman is going to talk about love. Let's learn a little bit inside. Ki yesh shnei min ahavos. There's two types of love. Achas she'ava shebiyamim. If you recall, we spoke about Yemei Toiv. What? Yeah, I'm starting again. Sif Hey. There's kiyesh neimin avas. There's two types of love. Achas she'ava shebiyamim. There's love that's in the days. And if you recall, we spoke about the Yemei Toiv and the Yemei Ra. In Yomim, you have darkness, and you have every day has light and darkness. So there's Yomim, that's Yemei Toiv. Shemuv Elel Yomim Tzav Hashem Chazdoi. Yomim the Ozelim Kuli Yomim. Like we said before earlier, that in every Yemei Ra, there's also there's Toiv underneath it. Shebechol Yom, Hainu, Shebechol Midah. When we say Yom, when we call it Yom, we're talking about every Midah. Yesham Avosei Shel Hashem Yisbarach Im Yisrael B'zeh Shebepayil. So Rabbi Nachman is explaining that we spoke about the Yemei Tov and the Yemei Ra, and that even in the Yemei Ra, there's godliness there, but you have to reveal it. Even though when things are looking negative, you have to reveal the godliness that's underneath. And how does one do that? When he's Kaifez Yitzray, when he says, I know Hashem is here, but I don't feel Hashem, instead of running away, he stays there and he accepts until he finds the light that's underneath it. And he's never going to find it b'shas ma'aseh, by the way. That's another thing. Here, Rabbi Nachman doesn't say, but that's what I'm seeing. It b'shas ma'aseh, you're going to live in that Yemei Ra, but as long as you were kaifes yitzray, and you were surmei Ra, you didn't run away to any kind of distraction or runaway that could take away you from feeling the pain of the Yemei Ra, you have to accept it and feel it. When you come to that, that's what he's going to talk about now, then you can reveal a bigger love that's really the Ava Shebedas, which is, we're going to talk about in a second. So the Ava, so what he's saying is, when Hashem put Oisis HaTorah in every object and emotion and situation, what he's putting in the Oisis HaTorah, he put in his love into the Oisis HaTorah. Why did he do it for us? Because he loves us. We don't feel that love. We feel that as negativity and whatever it is, aku or Yemei Ra, whatever, each person in their feelings. But we have to know at least, that it's Hashem's love there, but we don't feel it. Where is the love that we're going to feel all the time? Loved, unconditional love, and there's no negativity. Says the Rebbe, V'yesh ava shu b'koyach. There's an ava that's in its potential. That means the ava that we are seeing in this bria is all the ava shebiyamim, where you have Yemei Tov and Yemei Ra. But the ava that Hashem had when He created the world, before He created the world, that love was an unconditional love because it had no tzimtzum, it had no form. It only was pure unconditional love. There's the love that Hashem and Klal, and it's interesting if you medayik in his words, he doesn't say ha'ava yesh bein aviyim shebashamayim lebein Yisrael. He's saying shahaya bein Yisrael aviyim shebashamayim. We had equal love that Hashem had to us, we had to Him before the bria. Shah Yisrael adayin b'dai Torah b'moichet, because we were still in His machshava, so we were one with Hashem. So there was no separation. The love that He had for us, but there was a concept of the Eibishter's machshava of creating the world, and that daita. Again, these are hard things to understand, but let's just take it as a fact. The Rabbi Nachman is telling us that place, there was no tzimtzum, there was no levush, there was no ra, there was only love, and the love was both ways. It was equal because we were mamish part of the Eibishter. Lamashal, he brings a mashal.
Before creation,
yeah,
there was an idea.
Kaidam Abriya.
They never did anything wrong. So it's only love.
He doesn't say why. What do you mean? He's just saying there is this love.
The concept of the idea,
this love that Hashem had for us before. By the way, you could see it in yourselves. Anytime before you want to do something, the anticipation to doing it is much stronger than when you're actually doing it, because there, when it's bedaita b'moicha, it's one with you. As soon as there's a separation, it gets a tzimtzum and it gets diluted. That's what he's saying. The mashal, yesh ava sha'av oives b'noi. There is a love that a father has for his child. Shekol adam yochel lahasik zois hava. Everybody can identify and be masik this love. V'eskashus va'ava sheyesh benu bein ha'av. But the connection and the bond and the love that the father and son have when the son is still a thought before he was even created, it's in the mayach of the father. He wants to have children. That love, that kind of a bond and love, we cannot be masig in the bria, because we are limited. We don't have the ability to be masig that love. Now we only have the ability to see things that have a form. They're either a form of time, a form of midas. But this love is higher than the zman b'midas. And that has no levush, no tzimtzum, and that has its pure, unconditional, only positivity, nothing negative. That's the love that Hashem has for us. And when Mashiach comes, she is galo iraisa datikas limoy. When the Torah that's hidden is going to be revealed, vos yiskai maimer chachomenu zal asidim tzadikim laharos be'etzba k'moshe kosev zeh Hashem kivinu loy. And when la'osid lavoi, even the tzadikim, we're going to all show with their fingers, this is Hashem that we were hoping for. So that what Rabbi Nachman is saying, the way I understand it, is that when a person is koifes yitzrei in the Yemeirah, when a person doesn't run away from Hashem in his Yemeirah, even though right now he's stuck in his thing, in his aku, in his Yemeirah, but he's going to say Zeh Hashem kivinu loy la'asad lavoi. He's saying, why did I stay here? Because I know that there's unconditional love, and I know that there's this place where I'm going to feel only positivity. And when I come to that place, all of us that ever tap into that place, and that's what Rav Nachman is soon going to tell us, that everybody can tap into this Abba Shabbatas, even though it's something that's Kaidam Abriya. But we're going to all say, this is the Eibishter that we were talking about. This is the Eibishter that we love. Why? Because then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to take off all these levushim, all this aku, all this Yemeirah, and everybody's going to see Hashem. We're going to see the greatness and the bigness that He's standing next to us all the time, and everything that's happening around us, every emotion, every feeling, every situation, every person that we encounter, it was all meant for my good and all meant for my love. And that's when it's going to reveal the Abba Shebedas, this unconditional love, which is the emes of Pnimis HaTorah, the godliness that's in the Torah and the Midas that we didn't reveal yet. Now it's covering the godliness. On the Pnimis HaTorah, because she's Gala Pnimis. But when it will be revealed, the internal, his godliness, that's when it's going to come to this Shalom HaNifla, where the whole world is, it says, that the lamb and the wolf will live together and they won't harm each other. That there's going to be such a love and such a pure love that not only the humans but the animals that eat, that the wolf eats the lamb, he needs it for food, but there's going to be such love that there's going to be, but it's very interesting that the love that he's saying, even though there's going to be love and peace, everybody, we said, someone said, I think it was here that someone said, what is peace? Peace means wholeness, oneness. The way I understand peace from Rabbi Nachman is, it's wholeness, but from a separation. The lamb stays a lamb. The wolf stays a wolf, but they're going to live together in peace and harmony. And that's why it's harmony, because harmony is, if anybody who's musical understands that harmony is not the same tune. When you're harmonizing, there's two tones. Right? That's what harmony is. That means we're different. We are different, but we harmonize each other. We live together in a place, not only we accept each other, but together we make such a beautiful niggin, such a beautiful song, because we touch into this Abba Shebedas.
When it says you touch it that the age thing of the person.
The levushim meaning the tzimtzum. We said before.
Whose tzimtzum? Mine or
his tzimtzum? He's not. Do you see Hashem in the window and in the table? You're not going to. Is there godliness in this table, in this chair? Yes. Science calls it molecules. Rabbi Nachman calls it God. Oishis HaTorah that are here. That's what's giving existence to this. But it's layered and so layered up that it became materialistic and a form of a table. But underneath it, it's godliness. And we have the ability, so we don't have the ability to reveal this godliness over here in this table. The table is going to be a table, but you're going to see Hashem in the table. You're going to see in the chair, in the objects, in everything you're going to see Hashem. But we do have the ability that when we're challenged with an aku and a yemeira and negativity, our negativity, a situation that's negative, any kind of negativity, we have the ability that even though we don't feel you, Hashem, we're going to kaifas yitzray, we're going to subjugate our urges not to run away and stay there and accept this negativity because we know you're here. Then we're going to tap into this Abba. That's what we're going to see the next Sif. Rabbi Nachman was going to tell you how we can all tap in to this Abba Shebedas by just doing this thing. He's saying very simple. If you mekasha liboy ladato, the das is telling you that Hashem is here and Hashem is everywhere, in every feeling, in every situation, every single thing. There's nothing that doesn't have Hashem. And if you're encountering it, it's because He loves you. It's not because He doesn't love you. We take it as He doesn't love you because we can't understand. We look at it as negativity. Tragedy is negativity. Losing a friend is negativity. Losing a person, it's negativity. But you know that Hashem is there. And you're subjugating, you're not denying it. You're not saying, oh, it didn't happen, a collapse and a freaking building comes down. No, I know it happened. It's a message. It has to be talking to me. I'm not going to go into denial. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to search and see how do I find you in this thing? How can I connect to you through my pain? How do I get to that place of feeling your unconditional love? And all of a sudden, Hashem gives you a little bit more light, and a little bit more light. And that light helps you, and then you're challenged again. A new Yemeira, a new thing, not always tragedy, hopefully not always, please, no more tragedy. But one thing we see here, that there is hope. There's hope to feel loved if you can conquer yourself from these situations. I don't mean the bathrooms, but any kind of situation of accepting that Hashem's putting me into this situation.
Hashem put me in a situation I should have.
He challenged. What do you mean? It didn't happen. Well, how else did it happen? Well, let me ask you. Do you think that there's any here? Shlomi, let me ask you. This is a good question. Is there any kind of situation that it's not Hashem there? That it's just
coincidence? Maybe I'm the idiot, right?
Is there any kind? Could it be? Punk that guy. Is it coincidental or is it coincidence? You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Hashem is everywhere. In other words, there's no such thing. There's no person that we encountered. We were born to this mother and father, and this is the Ratzon Hashem. Why couldn't I be born to a different one? Why couldn't I be born to a richer one? Why? Everybody has a why, but it was mechuven for your benefit. It was done for your benefit, and if you accept it, you're going to come to real love, and that's what I think that we're all looking for and searching for.